Hey guys, it's Hector Castillo from girlschase.com. Today I want to present another very annoying video. My past two videos that I recorded were about annoying texting things, and we're just going to get worse. Today we're talking about getting left on read, on seen. This is when, depending on the medium that you're communicating with her on, WhatsApp, if you turn your read receipts on, you can see the blue check marks and you know that she saw it, but then she doesn't respond. Instagram is the most common culprit because, and I recently have transitioned into using Instagram, and that could be a cool subject on its own, but every communication medium has its own rules. And so since there's the variable of people knowing when you've seen what they've written and then not responding, that creates a new layer. It adds another layer to the game. And it could be used to your advantage. We could talk about when to leave a girl unread. Ooh, that'd be a good one. We got to do that. But today I want to focus on just when you are the one who is left on read. So you send a girl a message. It could be the first message you send her. Hey, how are you? It's Hector. You know, it was cool meeting you. It could be during a conversation, just flatly ends. It's kind of like they're on the phone with you and then just hung up. There's a joke that it's strange. Some people, they'll text you and then for some reason you imagine that they grabbed their phone and just threw it across a river because they were talking to you for 1 second and then just disappeared the next. And it's kind of a strange phenomenon in human communication, because if you do that in person, it would be really rude. Like, you're just talking and then mid-sentence you just start walking away. And I've done that before and I've had it done to me, but it's obviously a very jarring experience. But over text, it's a little more subtle because there's a lot of reasons why they could be throwing their phone across the river, or you know, they're just doing something, they're working out and then they texted and they went back to working out. Maybe they're at work, they had 2 minutes to talk and chat, but then they got to go back to work. So there can be normal reasons for why they choose to not respond. A common thing that I find with myself with leaving people on read is that I see the text and either it's going to require a lot of thought to respond, and I want to give it some time, or I think that, okay, I'm too busy right now, but I'll respond later. That's usually what happens. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I'll respond, and then, I never get to it. So you want to, when you find yourself being left unread, try to consider what the reason is. Look back at the recent conversations you've had with her and see where things changed. But if your game is solid throughout, then it's either something that was beyond your control. Maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe she really likes you, but it's not in the place to hang out with someone like you yet. Like, you guys don't vibe yet. It's not the right time. Or it could be that you did fuck up, and so you really need to pay attention to the conversation surrounding it. But the most common time you're going to be left unread, in my experience, if your game is pretty solid, is when you go for the ask. When you try to ask her out and say, hey, let's chill this week, or let's grab some wine this week. When are you free? I usually see that as the drop-off point. So that is usually an indication of one of two things. One, you messed up in the conversation, because if she's talking to you and flirting with you over conversation, then she likes you. So there's potential there. Or you didn't ask her out in the right way. Maybe it was too sudden in conversation. You were just talking. I did this recently, actually. I'll try and find it and put it up on a screenshot, where I was talking to a girl and what did she say? I had asked for her schedule a while back, and she was like, hey, I'm gonna go to work and check my schedule, then I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay, cool. The whole I'll let you know texting bullshit. And so the day went by, and then the next day went by, and then a few more days went by, and I didn't hear from her. And so I sent her, I think, a crying laughing emoji. And what this tried to communicate was, ha ha ha, you never got back to me, but in like a cute, teasing way, not like you're upset. And she responded with a question mark. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Either she doesn't understand because she's maybe not understanding texting in the way that I do as an American. I'm not really sure. And then I let it sit, because sometimes leaving her on read, a quick snippet to how to use it to your advantage, is that you're the one who's kind of in control now. You're the one who's aloof. And if she's been aloof in the past, it can kind of like match things. So that's one strategy. when you get left unread. So then when did we talk next? I think it was this weekend or this past week. And so it had been a week and a half since she sent me that question mark. And luckily I was busy enough with other girls and partying and friends and work and stuff that I just naturally forgot about it. So if you're going to leave someone unread, what you can do is just be very busy, and it's not going to be a problem. You're going to naturally leave people unread, which is the most high value and natural method of doing that, and not being fake about it. So I sent her a message, hey, what's up? You know, haven't talked to you in a while. Let's catch up soon. And, I just realized what I did wrong.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay, so I'll tell you. She said, I thought you forgot about me. Smiley face. So this was obviously a big flirt. She'd been watching a lot of my stories, so she saw me with a lot of other girls and a lot of other friends having a good time, so that's very high value. And then we also had like a natural attraction to each other. So, but she wasn't quite bought in, because remember I asked her out and she responded, I thought you forgot about me. And so I turned the tables and teased her back. I was like, you're the one who forgot about me. You're supposed to tell me your schedule. And she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I was, really busy. I think she was like traveling or something. So I was like, it's all good. And then I immediately said, so when are you free? And I said it in Romanian, which was cute, but it still didn't work. And I got left unread for, at the time of this recording, it's been a day and a half, maybe 2 days. And I know exactly what I did wrong. So I asked her out. She sidestepped it and kind of teased me. And then I said something also cute back, which is great. And then she gave an apology, which is good because it's her, wanting to make amends with you. And that shows her commitment to building a connection with you. So my mistake was, it was all good, which is a good response, but I shouldn't have jumped into the asking her out immediately in the next text. I could have just said, it's all good, and then maybe waited a day, then asked her out. But it was like, it's all good, so when are you free? And I've done that in the past where, I'm a little bit too energetic, I'm a little bit too passionate. There's pros and cons to being like that. And obviously being too much is a con that can sometimes happen, and girls can be overwhelmed. So maybe it was too aggressive, and so I got left unread. So what I did was, just right now actually, I helped solve the rest of the puzzle. I figured out where I went wrong. And then what you can do is sometimes you can recover from this particular seduction low point, or you can use it to your advantage in the future, where you can no longer make those mistakes. And so getting left unread is an opportunity to learn. That's what I really want to drive home. It's an annoying subject, but every parcel of failure, every little detail of failure can teach you something. And often it's a better teacher than success, because sometimes with success you can be defeated by your own success and not be humble and not be trying to learn from yourself. You're just enjoying the fruits of your labor without really understanding how it worked and further understanding success so that you can get more success in the future. Because success is the goal. Don't be like failure is the goal. But it is part of reaching that goal. So if you get left unread, just go ahead and, take a look back and figure out where you went wrong. And don't make that mistake in the future. And if you want, one little trick you can do is leave them unread in the future or with other people, and see how that power dynamic works and when it's effective, when it's not effective. And then you can kind of reverse engineer it and figure out why they're doing it. And once you figure out why a girl left you unread, you can figure her out. And if you can figure her out, you can figure out what she wants, and then you can give it to her and you guys can get together. Cool. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Hector Castillo from girlschase.com. Please follow me on social media. At Papi Mapuche is my Instagram. And then my Twitch is at Slay Like Casanova. And then subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment. Let's see. The last time you got left unread. Give me the situation and give me the conversation. I know it's going to be painful because you have to go back and see your failures. That's the worst, when you're just like, I fucked up there, you go back in the past. But do that and, have a good laugh about it and try and tell me what you think went right and what went wrong. And then I'll give you my response. And then ring the bell, please, so you get notifications for all new videos that come out. Cool. All right. I'll see you guys soon.